All right, folks, as quick as we could get the lineup cards done here, I don't even have the scoreboard updated yet. We'll get that for you right now. And Nolan Marteau leads off the second game of this doubleheader with a triple to center field. It sails over the head of Evan Doctor. A good piece of hitting. No error, just a clean triple. Dead center. And Grand Forks Central is threatening right away after falling 2-1 in the opener to Wahpeton. Wahpeton's first win of the year. 2-1, Aiden Hyatt, complete game victory. Nolan Marteau starts Grand Forks Central off with a leadoff triple here in game 2. Marteau will apparently be back on the bump after going 6 innings through the whole game against Wahpeton. So he'll be the opener at least, and the 2-hitter here, Brian Weiss, is up in the count 3-1. I'm Robert Wanek, joined by Brady DeVries. Pitch is in the dirt, so we get a walk. So a triple and a walk to start off the game of Dylan Veerstraight, who will start this game for Wahpeton on the hill. Aiden Hayek, they're going to give him the day off in the field, or the night off in the field. Well-deserved after a complete game win with 7 Ks. He will DH today for Wahpeton. Keegan Hensrud at the plate for Grand Forks Central.
Yeah, that's definitely an arm you want to keep safe from the field in a second game like this. Just give him a little bit of rest, and he'll probably ice it up and be ready to go next time.
Runner goes. They're going to throw it and cut off by the second baseman, Jones, to hold the runner at third. So stolen base from Brian Weiss with Keegan Hensrud at the plate. We'll have Brady take over play-by-play here for game 2. I'll handle the top of the first inning here since we're already underway, and then we'll have Brady take over, our NDSCS intern. Great curveball as Hensrud backs out into another zip code, but it just misses inside. That would have been a highlight reel strike from Veerstraight. Instead, it's 1-1. Runners on second and third for Central. Game 2 of a doubleheader. Huskies picking up their first win in the opener. And that one is drilled to the gap, left center field. It's going to drop in front of Doctor. And the throw is back to the infield. Play at the plate, not in time. A 2-run single off the bat of Keegan Hensrud. Grand Forks Central off to a great start trying to get the split against Wahpeton today. Central scores the first 2 of the ball game. A triple, a walk, and a single. Marteau, Weiss, Hensrud. Still none down. That brings up the cleanup man, Owen Harms, who was the 9-hitter in game 1, all the way up to the 4 spot after he had a clutch single in the 7th, rewarded by the coaching staff. And Harms will fall that one off the end cap, and he was looking to do some damage with that one. Just got a little bit too antsy. Took a big cut out front, 0-1. And, they started the first game early, and then the second game, basically no warm-up right into it, so we were just a bit late getting the stream up. We're here now, top 1, and Central has a 1-0 lead, or a 2-0 lead on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Veerstraight checks first, runner is back. We got 2 doubleheaders on the broadcast schedule this week. Of course, today's doubleheader, and then Thursday, a huge one in the Heart of Lakes Conference as the Cowboys host the Staples Motley Cardinals over in Breckenridge. Check swing, and they won't appeal. Count is 1-1. Breckenridge beating West Central area today on the east side of the river, 13-3 as they continue to pummel teams, and they are 8-0. Veerstraight steps off the back of the rubber. It's only 2 runs, nobody out, but you'd hate to see Wahpeton have a letdown after the high of winning your first game of the year, and it was not easy. Ground ball, too short. Hockert goes to second. Jones over to first. Not in time. A little bit of delay on the call as field umpire Josh Nordick assesses the play. Pretty good 6-4-3 turn. Fielder's choice there for Owen Harms. So Harms to first base. Hensrud retired at second, 1 down. Brings up Brody Ledecky. Wearing number 13, he is catching today. This is the first time that we've seen Veerstraight on a broadcast this year. He'll check first. Would have been close, but the throw just a bit off the bag. Veer Street, the right-hander, comes set out of the stretch. Big lead at first. Runner stays put. Swing and a miss as Ledecky swings out of his shoes. Looked like that ball had a little bit of drop to it, and he ends up swinging at the top of the zone, 0-1. Again, pretty good lead there at first base. They'll check again, back in plenty of time. As that is Owen Harms over at first base. Reached on the fielder's choice. Kind of starts his lead and just keeps creeping out there. And Harms hammers that one to left, dropping back and misplaying it. That'll be an E7. Rolls all the way to the warning track on Pincenalt. Runners coming home. He'll score without a throw, 3-0. And that one looked like it was going to carry. It did not. It dropped right in front of Pincenalt. He went down on all fours, and it got underneath his glove. So an E7, it's 3-0 Central on your CFI scoreboard. And, you know, I never played outfield. I played second base throughout my baseball career, and I could tell you I don't want to be out there.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing how, like, fast a ball can just drop like that. Like, it seems like it's going to come to you just floating as easy as can be, and then the next second it's in the ground.
You don't really have any time to react. You know, your first reaction usually is your reaction. You're either right or wrong, and he saw what we saw up here. That one looked like it was going to carry off the bat and just got down. So that brings up Mason Griffin with a runner on second base, one down. Count is 2-0 now. As Veer Straight tries to steady the ship here for the Wahpeton Huskies. Just missing as Veer Straight, and the count is now 3-0 to the lefty, Mason Griffin. Griffin, trouble with some strikeouts in game one against Hayek. Seeing if he can get a free pass here. And he will on a pitch down. Runner takes a look, but he'll stay put. First and second now, one out. And Andrew Lundsetter is going to come out for his first Minn Kota Egg Products mound visit. Wahpeton 2-1 as they stun Central in game one for their first win of the season. Central's come out swinging. 3-0 in the top of the first of game two. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this mound visit on the i3G Sports Network.
Ever buy something and open the box to find 1,000 pieces ready to assemble? Time-consuming and frustrating. That's why Bear Build Woodworks and Builders First Source offer gorgeous, hassle-free finishes for their doors and millwork. Mess and not stress. With over 30 stain options and 40 paint colors, Bear Build Woodworks pre-finish is the perfect choice for quality that stands the test of time. Get it finished with Bear Built Woodworks and Builders First Source in Wahpeton.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wahpeton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wahpeton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
We'll get a pass ball on high camp here as it goes from bad to worst for Wahpeton in the first inning. It is now 3-0 Grand Forks Central, and the runners move up 90 feet. As the pitch to Logan Bina up and in. I don't think it was wild enough to be a wild pitch, but it gets away from Braxton Highcamp. It's Dylan Veerstraight trying to buckle down. Infield already playing in. Again, offense hasn't been stacked for either team today, so you don't want to give up a fourth run in the top of the first. Final from game one was 2-1 Wahpeton on your CFI scoreboard. Count is 2-0 to Logan Bina, the DH. And he'll drive that one to third. Flack knocks it down, throws it to first, and it's low, gets by Gilbertson. And it's another run for Central, and that was a fantastic play for Flack. You can't ask him to do anything else. He knocks it down, picks it up, gives a nice little one-hop to Gilbertson, and Gilbertson just can't make the glove save over there at first base. I mean, you can't expect your third baseman to throw it at your chest on a tough play like that, and Wahpeton just can't cap it off. 4-0.
And spinning like that, it's almost impossible to aim it. You got maybe like 0.5 seconds, maybe even less, to see where you're going to be throwing it and release it. And seemed to be a pretty good ball. It just got away there. But yeah, great play over at third to keep that in the vicinity and not let that get into the outfield grass.
You know, you just want to put it in the neighborhood of your first baseman on tough plays like that. Whether that means you throw it up the line and he's got to come off and make a tag, or you skip it to him and he's got to field it off a bounce. You can't be perfect on those cross diamond spinning throws, and that time it's going to go in the book as an E5 on flack as the throw is down. Runner goes. Highcamp's going to throw it through. They got a chance. Throw is late. The runner stays at third, so Wahpeton takes the gamble and throws it all the way through on the first to third steal. They don't get the runner, but the runner at third will hold. 4-0 Central on your CFI scoreboard. Still in the top of the first inning, still only one out. That one's popped up in the infield. Flack drifting back, and they'll let it drop. No infield fly rule with first base open, so that's going to go in the book as an infield single, and that's one that Carter Hockert's got to call for at shortstop because you're the captain of the infield, and looked like Flack thought that one was going to drift over his head, and it kind of fell right between them. Just a tough break for Wahpeton. Ledecky on third, Griffin on second, Bina on first. Griffin on third, Bina on second, Carinta on first after the infield single. They're going to bat around here. The 9-man is up. It is Zeke Zimmerman, and he's got a 2-0 count. Just 2 hits in the inning for Central. 1 Wahpeton error, and they've turned it into 4 runs. Veer straight, looking for some help behind him. He'll get a soft ground ball. Charging is Flack. Great throw across the diamond, second out of the inning. They'll throw behind the runner at third, but he's in. So they'll score one more. It's 5-0 Central. Wouldn't that be something, though, if Wahpeton could come out with a counterpunch here and make this a close game right off the jump again?
Oh, yeah, and like, you already got the guy that was pitching first game. You know his stuff. You've seen him a couple times, and maybe by now you know it enough where you can get some hits together and rally a little bit and come back.
You know, a leadoff triple by the Central pitcher, Nolan Marto, who pitched the entire first game, and he'll be back out to start this one. But other than that, you know, just a lot of weak contact from Veer straight. Just not a lot of help behind him. Veer straight fires. It's high, 2-0. Has fallen behind in the counts as the sun is now shining on John Randall Field. And it's just great camera view on KBMW News Live YouTube when we have a little bit of lighting.
Oh, yeah.
It's usually a gloomy spring weather, but right now we're shaping up to be a decent evening as Veer straight finds the zone, 2-1. And we're back to the top of the order with Marto, who tripled and came around to score to lead off this game. That was over Doctor's head in center field. Marto's got runners on second and third, two down. And the pitch is high. Fielder's choice for Hensrud, and then the 5-3 ground out for Zimmerman. Leadoff man, Marto. He'll take strike 2, and the count is full. On deck, it's Brian Weiss. He walked and scored his first time. As Zimmerman trying to make a splash at the bottom of the order with his team up 5-0. And he'll hit that one hard. Left center gap. Carrying. Warning track off the base of the wall. A big boom off the bat of Zeke Zimmerman, and it comes from the 9-hole. Tack 2 more on for the Knights. After falling 2-1 in the opener, 7 straight runs to start this ball game.
Oh, that's just an honest, hard hit ball right there.
Yeah, that one had a chance for sure, and it hits off the base of the fence in left center field, right where the wall and the warning track meet, and Zeke Zimmerman, or in Nolan Marto, with the double. So Marto with a triple, a run, a 2 RBI double. What a start for him. So Marto on second base. goes deep center for a triple, deep left center for a double. Brian Weiss at the dish. And Veer Straight will find the zone. Still in the top of the first here, 7-0 Grand Forks on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. As Veer Straight will slide step, pitches high. Number 2 hitter, Weiss. Batting for the second time in the inning. Pitch misses at the letters, 2-1. Veer Straight taking his time. It's been a long inning for the righty. Belt tie leg kick this time. Misses high. So that was actually ball 4. And it's the second walk of the inning for Weiss. Brings up Keegan Hensrud, a guy that Veer Straight was able to get out on the fielder's choice. Wahpeton nearly turned a double play, just a step late on the 6-4-3. Runner will take third. Nice little one-hop throw, but a great jump as he stole that one off the pitcher as Marto takes third base. So big game for Marto already. He'll have a chance to come out and start, and this will be the second mound visit of the inning, so it's the end of the line for Veer Straight. Gets 2 outs in the first inning, gives up 7 runs, 1 Wahpeton error, just 2 hits according to the scoreboard here. Both coming from Marto, a triple and a double. I've got 3 hits in the book here. No, that was a fielder's choice. So 2 hits, couple walks, 2 Wahpeton errors in this game, and E7 on Pincenalt and E5 on the throwing error from Flack. So a couple earned runs, a bunch of unearned runs, and Dylan Veer Straight is not going to get through the first inning. Looks like they will go to Riley Jones on the mound. We'll take a quick break for the Minn Kota Ag Products mound visit. 2 outs, top of the first. Grand Forks Central out to a 7-0 lead in Game 2.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
Essentia Health delivers personalized care for you and your entire family right here in the community we all call home. Whether you're seeking in-person care or the convenience of a virtual appointment, our dedicated team is committed to providing the kind of health care you won't find anywhere else. Learn more or schedule your appointment today by visiting essentiahealth.org. Essentia Health, right here for you.
Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster is engineered for the toughest field conditions, restores up to 4.5% more power and up to 5% better fuel economy in comparison to typical number 2 diesel, keeping your operation running strong, 40% more effective at breaking down harmful engine deposits, and 2.5 times more effective at cleaning up and removing injector deposits in comparison to the previous generation of Cenex Premium Diesel fuel. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster helps keep your equipment running at peak efficiency from planting to harvest. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, power in the field, hour after hour.
Wahpeton will turn to Riley Jones, the righty, to try to get the final out of the first inning. Grand Forks Central has turned 2 Wahpeton errors, 2 costly errors, a couple walks and 2 hits, a double and a triple by leadoff man Nolan Marto into 7 runs. 7-0 on your CFI scoreboard, 2 outs, top 1. Aiden Hayek goes to second base, and the runner will take second. It is a wild pitch. First pitch of the game for Jones. Gets to the backstop, 8-0 Grand Forks Central. Hayek to second, Jones to the mound, a straight switch. It is now 8-0 to start this game, and I promised we'd have Brady take over play-by-play after the top of the first. It might be dark out by that point at this rate. Pitch is high at the letters, 2-0. As Hensrud did single earlier in this inning, he was out on the fielder's choice to second base. So 3 hits in the inning. 3 hits in the inning, 2 from Marto, 1 from Hensrud. And Hensrud will draw the walk here. So the bases, runners on first and second. As the cleanup man, Owen Harms, will bat for the second time. Reached on a fielder's choice, came around to score. Pitch is out. So Riley Jones has not found the zone yet. 5 pitches into his relief appearance. And the 1-0 is on the way, 3-quarter delivery, well high. 2 balls, no strikes. If you're going to give up 8 runs, might as well be in the first, right?
Right.
So Wahpeton's got their work cut out for him here. Count is 2-0, another high fastball, 3-0. 7 straight balls from Riley Jones, who came on in relief of Dylan Veerstraight. If you're just tuning in now, folks, it is 8-0 Grand Forks Central, still in the top of the first. And he'll miss again. So the bases are now loaded, back-to-back walks by Jones. It's Weiss on third, Hensrud on second, Harms on first. Brings up Brody Ledegi. Reached on an E7 on that line drive to left field. So Ledigi digs in, and the righty will take strike 1. So Jones finds the zone, 0-1. Jones working out of the windup with the bases loaded. Why not? Trying to find a rhythm. He'll miss up and out. Count is 1-1 to the Central 5-hitter. And Wahpeton did win the first game, folks. Hung on, a very thrilling game throughout. Great defense, timely hitting, small ball, as that one is hit pretty hard to center field. Going back is Doctor. He'll catch it, and the damage is done. Third out of the inning comes from Ledigi on an F8, but they score 8 runs. 4 hits, 2 errors. They leave the bases loaded. It's 8-0 Grand Forks Central. We'll head to the bottom of the first in 60 seconds on your CFI scoreboard.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heidkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heidkamp Construction in Wahpeton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948. Buying a new home is an exciting experience, but it can be a stressful one too. Miller Realty can help relieve some of that stress with a simple formula of integrity, trust, and most importantly, experience. Their talented team is made up of Guy, Shelly, Jared, Lisa, Melissa, and Stephanie. They've put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes, and they understand this market. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
It'll be Nolan Marto back on the mound after a 6-inning loss in game 1 to the Huskies. 2-1, he went the distance. And usually, you pull your guy after that long of a break. You see it in the major leagues all the time. Like if a pitcher's warmed up and then it rains, sometimes they won't make their start, but they're going to bring Marto back out there, must still be loose. And he'll start this game with a chance to get the win because his team scored 8 runs in the top of the first.
Yeah, and he had a heck of a top of first himself.
Double, triple, run, 2 RBIs. And Brady will take over here for play-by-play in game 2. It's Hawker leading off this ball game as usual.
His first pitch to Hawker was high for a ball. Second pitch swung on, thrown to short. Good play over there, and they'll get him at first.
6-3 put out, shortstop in game 2 here. Keegan Hensrud making the play.
You kind of like to wonder what's Marto's pitch count right now? Like what's he at? He's got to be.
Yeah, apparently they don't have Wi-Fi in the dugout, so we don't get live updates here.
First pitch is swung on and missed by Kaysen Pinsnalt.
Looks like no lineup changes for the Huskies as far as the batting order goes.
The 0-1 is low. Count 1-1. And the 1-1 is swung on and missed.
You know, a pretty good visibility here to pick up the ball out of the pitcher's hand in game 2 with the sun bearing down on the mound.
1-2 swung on, thrown in the gap between short and third. And that's a base hit for Kaysen Pinsnalt with one down in the bottom of the first.
Pinsnalt with a little bit of a pulse here for the Huskies after they cough up 8 runs to start the game. And Wahpeton's got the runner on in the 2 spot.
Aiden Hayag looking to keep the mojo going here. He'll swing on and throw one into left field, and that's going to get over his head out there. It will reach the warning track. Pinsnalt chugging towards third, and it's going to be a stand-up double for Aiden Hayek.
Big crack of the bat from Hayek as it rolls onto the warning track, and no reason to send Pinsnalt. You got to get 8 back, so let's not run into an out on the bases, and we got runners on second and third.
Up now, Rylan Flack looking to score that runner at third. One down here in the bottom of the first.
If you get a couple of these back here, you know, you start to believe this could be manageable. You're down by 8, but could potentially cut that lead in half this inning.
And no one says you have to get it all at once. Just bit by bit, run by run.
That's what Brian Watson says on the basketball court when his team's down. There is no 25-point shot.
Right. One 0 is swung on and thrown into center field. Center fielder backing up on it. He's not going to get there. And that one's going to roll about to the warning track as well. Hayek chugging around third, and he'll score. And another stand-up double for the Huskies. Gets them 2 runs on the board here in the bottom of the first.
Rylan Flack pulls out the 9-iron, drops the barrel head, and he had the center fielder all sorts of mixed up out there. Left, right, left, just couldn't find it. It's a double. Pretty much straightaway center. Back-to-back 2 baggers for the Huskies. It's 8-2 on your CFI scoreboard.
And up comes Cale Gilbertson. Runner on second, 1 out. First pitch to Gilbertson, swung on, and that one's high up towards the pitcher's mound, and he's going to call it himself. Marto gets the out, and that'll keep Flack at second.
That's going to go a long ways towards Marto being able to finish the first inning here. As we said, we don't know what his pitch count is, but he was the only pitcher for Central in the 2-1 loss to start the day. So he's got to be running pretty thin on pitches. He's got 2 down in the first.
Riley Jones steps up for Wahpeton. First pitch outside for ball 1.
Second pitch just misses out as well. Marto trying to find that outside corner.
Yeah, pretty shallow out there in center field right now, even after that Flack hit right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're going to check him at second. He'll get in there safely.
Very shallow, and we'll see if he backs up. We'll see if he wasn't playing in to back up that throw, but it looks like he's going to pretty much stay right there in shallow center, slightly shading the pull side for the lefty Jones.
2-0 pitch to Jones is in there for strike one.
That's what you want to see if you're Wahpeton. You know, you get ahead in the count, make them throw a strike. We'll take as many free base runners as you can when you're trailing by 6 runs.
Jones is going to foul that one back.
I suppose Hayek pitched 7 in game 1, and this would be the 7th inning of the day for Marto.
And that one's outside to Jones. Full count.
Wahpeton just trying to get closer to the top of the order as well, as they are now in the 6th spot of the lineup.
We'll count to Jones, and that one's going to be in there for strike 3. Jones thought it was ball 4, heading down to first.
Yeah, tossed his bat. He got rung up, and Marto was able to get out of the inning. Gives up 2 runs, back-to-back doubles for Hayek and Flack, followed a Case and Pinsonalt single. And Wahpeton, with a little bit of a response, they give up 8 in the top half, they score 2 in the bottom half, and they trail by 6 after 1 complete on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard.
North Dakota State College of Science is powered by the strong local connections we have with employers, business partners, program advisors, and local business leaders. We're proud to call Wahpeton home. Find out more about how you or your business can support NDSCS by visiting ndscs.edu. That's ndscs.edu.
Recovering your health and getting back to your best life. That's what Quality Recovery from Optimum Rehab can do for you. Physical therapist Dr. Anthony Egeman will set up an individual plan to get you to your goals. He believes that this is the perfect way for you to recover your health. What you get with Optimum Rehab is time and attention, thorough assessments, and effective treatments. So if it's back pain, achy joints, recovery from surgery or injury, it's likely that physical therapy from Optimum Rehab can help. So take your life into your own hands with Optimum Rehab. Visit myoptimumrehab.com.
You want what you want. At Quality Toyota, we totally understand that we aren't going to talk you into a car you don't want. Instead, we're here to help you find the car, the color, the options, and the style that you do want. All with a simple, easy, and stress-free approach, because the price listed online or in every windshield is the only price. That way, we can concentrate on getting you the right car. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls. QualityToyota.net. Let's go places.
Welcome back to John Randall Field. Just about to start the top of the 2nd inning here. Central Knights up 8-2 on the Wahpeton Huskies. Mason Griffin leading off, and he'll swing big for strike 1. Huskies looking to climb out of a little bit of a hole here. They were down 8-0 in the top of the 1st, and Griffin's going to poke that one into center field. Coming on is Doctor, and he'll make the play out there. Good running play. Ball didn't have a whole lot of distance.
And the Huskies not the only ones struggling with the ERA here in game 2, as I once again have a 10 ERA in fantasy baseball this week, Brady.
That one's out to left. Pinsonalt had a little bit of trouble getting his footing, and he's able to make the play out there.
Looks like his heels ended up on the warning track. What a catch. After I got struck by the curse of Garrett Crochet against the Twins, it happened to me again last week, and I can't seem to get a strike when it comes to fantasy baseball.
I feel like as long as I have Cam Schlittler, I think I'll be doing just fine.
That's a good recipe for success.
First pitch in for a ball.
Looks like it's Bryce Carinta.
There we go.
As they go F8, F7 to start the inning.
The 2-0 outside, ball 3.
Jones has a chance here to work a scoreless frame.
And that one's high for ball 4. Corinta will take first.
4-pitch walk to Bryce Corinta, who scored in the first inning. Everybody scored in the first inning except for Keegan Hensrud and Zeke Zimmerman.
And speaking of Zeke Zimmerman, here he is. 2 down, top of the second. Runner on first. First pitch to Zimmerman is low and away for ball 1. Jones will check Corinta at first. He'll get in there safely.
We'll take a look at the Breckenridge Cowboys box score in a moment.
The 1-0 swung on out to left field. Pincinel, a little trouble finding it at first, but he's able to make the play, shading over to his right.
Kind of looked like a couple catches you made on senior night a couple years ago over there in left field when I was on the call.
Oh yeah, all that sun, and I remember one of them went back to the warning track, hit the palm of my glove and bobbled it, was able to corral it a little bit, and actually was able to breathe for the first time in about 5 seconds when that happened.
I think you had a diving catch in that game too. As Casey Pincinel ends the inning and Wahpeton holds Central scoreless, and Wahpeton will have a chance to win the inning here. They trail 8-2 heading to the bottom of the second, trying to get back in this second half of the Twin Bill.
Get your vehicle ready for the traveling season with Smith Motors in Wahpeton. Right now, buy 3 select tires and get the 4th for just $1 with professional installation. Take advantage of up to $240 in stackable rebates on essential parts. From front and rear brake pads to rotors, shocks, struts, and tire pressure monitoring system sensors. Small town friendly, big town deals. Smith Motors, your certified Chevy and GMC dealership in Wahpeton. Online at smithmotors.com.
Ever notice how every other ad seems to be an insurance company promising to save you money?
What is with these insurance companies?
Hi, this is Matt.
And this is Amanda.
And we're your local State Farm agents.
We're here to debunk all the insurance junk.
What do you really need to know?
What is a fair and competitive price?
Let us make sure you are getting the best bang for your insurance dollar.
And find out why State Farm has been around for over 100 years and remains #1 today.
We both knew that getting mom and dad into assisted living was going to be tough.
Twin Town Villa to the rescue.
Oh, for sure. Twin Town Villa was the bridge that got our folks from point A to point B.
The staff at Twin Town Villa are experts when it comes to the transition from house life to assisted living.
Before we knew it, mom and dad settled in, and they have few regrets, especially with the warm weather field trips and outdoor music.
Twin Town Villa is an amazing bridge to our parents' life.
Stop out and take a tour today.
Welcome back to John Randall Field. Ryan Braun leading off for the Huskies in the bottom of the second, takes the first pitch low for ball 1. And the second pitch is in there for a strike.
The Breckenridge Cowboys move to 8-0 with a 13-3 win. Have yourself a day, Cooper Roberts. 4 for 4, 3 doubles, 5 RBIs, 3 runs in the 3 spot. And Charlie Krejci on the mound. 3 1/3, 3 earned runs. It's the most damage he's accrued this season, but he improves to 4-0 on the mound.
And I'm excited for that game Thursday. Braun takes that one inside for strike 2.
13 hits for the Cowboys against West Central area, just 1 error in that one, and Krejci and Armitage with doubles as well.
2-2 to Braun. Outside, full count.
Huskies being pretty patient at the plate here, down by 6, as Marto is back out there. Pitch count must not apply to him today, as he's out there for his 8th inning.
Braun is going to spike that to his coach over there at third.
That 4-pitch inning must have went a long ways towards his availability. His 4-pitch inning from game 1. He took the loss in game 1, folks, 2-1. Huskies won on your CFI scoreboard. Aiden Hayek with the complete game win.
He's going to need some ice after this one, that's for sure. Full count, that one hits Braun, looked like on the outside elbow.
Yeah, hopefully it didn't hit him on the ribs. It definitely ran up and in on him as he was thinking about protecting the zone with a full count, but just got too far inside, and Wahpeton has the leadoff runner on.
Take any free base you can get. So now we'll have Braxton Heitkamp.
Ryan Brown, a little bit of speed too.
First pitch to Heitkamp is in there for strike one. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they were sending him here at all. Maybe a bunt.
Yeah, you've gotten 2 of the runs back. At this point now, every run is important. If you can even get 1 across this inning.
Heitkamp swings on that one. That one's over there to the first base side, and it's going to drop in foul territory.
Right fielder actually nearly made the catch on it, and that wasn't too far behind first base, so great range. As you see him going back out to his spot, he made it all the way to the coach's box almost. Just couldn't quite get there. And they're all playing shallow out there. The right fielder is right behind second base.
Oh yeah. You can get a good enough hit. There's a nice little gap out there for Heitkamp right now. And he'll swing and miss.
Strike 3 as first base is occupied. He looked like he was going to start running down the first base line, but he's out for the first out of the inning.
That brings up Evan Doctor. Doctor squares to bunt. That one's outside. And here's another guy with speed where you would definitely expect him to lay down a bunt to get Braun over here.
Still trying to get his bat going this year, so it could be a good spot, even with 1 out, for him to lay down a bunt.
Doctor squares around again, and he'll foul that one.
Doctor on the season still looking for his first hit. 13 plate appearances coming into the doubleheader. As Marto trying to work through his 8th inning of this doubleheader.
1-1 to Doctor, swung on and missed Braun, and he's going to swipe second. The ball came out of the glove.
Looked like it might have been maybe kicked out by Braun on the slide.
Yeah, it looked like there might have been some contact out there, but
shortstop had the bag there, I believe. Shortstop is Hensrud. Just couldn't hang on to it.
The 1-2 to Doctor, and he'll take that one outside. Ball 2.
Just some late break. Looked like Doctor was sitting fastball and almost got caught looking.
And the 2-2 is outside. Doctor working a nice count for himself here. Looking to protect the plate. Got a runner on second, 1 down here in the bottom of the second. And that one's outside for ball 4. Good at bat by Evan Doctor to stay disciplined right there, and a couple of close ones that could have went either way, but just great discipline to work yourself a walk and get 2 runners on with 1 down.
Brings Wahpeton back to the top of the order as well, with Carter Hawker grounded out his first time, and that'll be the end of the line here for Marto as he gets a handshake from his head coach. He goes 7 1/3 today, 6 in the opener, gets 1 out here in the second inning, and he'll leave the mound. Grand Forks Central up 8-2 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Wahpeton with 2 on, 1 down in the bottom of the second when we come back after this Minn Kota Ag Products mound visit.
OSPTI promotes specialized and extended training of therapists to better treat orthopedic injuries. OSPTI offers pool therapy to promote early return to activity and sport training, and also can enhance and challenge return to sport conditions. OSPTI promotes wellness progression with aftercare programs and programs open to the public, such as return to sport training, athletic enhancement, adult fitness classes, gym and pool memberships, and aquatic exercise classes for a patient to continue their wellness journey. Start your wellness journey by calling OSPTI today, 218-641-7725.
Everybody likes discounts, and really, who doesn't want to save money, especially on their auto insurance? Hi, I'm Carson Zard, a Nodak Insurance Company agent in Wahpeton, North Dakota. Talk to me about how we can save you money by taking advantage of our multi-vehicle, multi-line, EFT, safe driver, and good student discounts. Call 701-642-9251 for your quote. I'm Carson Zard, your agent with answers. I know North Dakota, and I might even know you. Call for a quote today.
Want a healthy smile? Visit Wahpeton Family Dentistry. Their recently expanded modern office has awesome and the most up-to-date technology. Dr. Mason Haley and Dr. Shannon Foley and their amazing team help make every visit great for kids, teens, and adults. They offer dental care for patients of all ages and work with most insurances. Call 701-642-8566. Again, 701-642-8566 or schedule online at WahpetonFamilyDentistry.com. Get your best smile today.
Choose Casey Formanek with Country Financial in Wahpeton, where he makes insurance easy. Whether you're shopping for home, car, or more, he takes the time to understand your specific insurance needs and explain what option works best for you. Call Casey at 701-353-6071 to book an appointment today. Auto and home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Preferred Insurance Company, and Country Casualty Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois. Get more done with Lilligard, your local Bobcat dealer and full-service heavy-duty truck shop in Wahpeton. From rugged Bobcat compact tractors and loaders to expert truck repairs, Lilligard keep your farm, acreage, and fleet running strong. Whatever the job, mowing, fencing, grading, or keeping your big rigs on the road, count on Lilligard for power and reliability. Visit Lilligard on Highway 13 West in Wahpeton or call 701-642-9129. Lilligard, built to keep you moving.
Welcome back to John Randall Field. Mason Griffin takes the mound for the Knights.
Mason Griffin, the big lefty hitter, a right-handed pitcher.
Hockert fouls off the first pitch on a bunt attempt.
Kind of the opposite of Breckenridge's greatest pitcher of all time, Ashton Hagee, a right-handed batter, left-handed pitcher.
The 0-1 to Hockert's in there for a strike.
Ashton Hagee's senior stats from Breck, spring and summer combined, are ridiculous.
That one's grounded over to first, double play opportunity, and they're not going to get it, but that'll advance the runner over to third.
And Coach Lundstetter not happy as the runner does not slide and is out. And on that play, there's two things you can do. Is the runner there was doctor. Two things you can do is you can actually just keep running through the bag.
Yep.
Give yourself a chance to be safe, and then you're in a rundown, and everybody's safe, or you got to slide. But he kind of went in and slowed himself down to stop, and that made the difference in the out.
Hinsnall hits that one out into center field. Wow. What a play. Backing up to make the catch, full sprint, and then just turns his entire body around and makes the catch.
Zeke Zimmerman out there, and we talk about him playing shallow, and he was able to get that one on the back pedal. I want to go back to what I was talking about. Ashton Hagee, his senior year, combine his Breckenridge spring baseball numbers and his summer baseball numbers, and he had 196 strikeouts and 16 walks in 1 year. And that's before they implemented the pitch count in Minnesota. So it was like you could only pitch so many innings, and it didn't matter how much you pitched. So I remember one game they were in a tournament, I believe in Barnesville, and he threw a 10-inning complete game, went extras. So he threw a 10-inning complete game, and he scored the game-winning run. And then in the next game, he came out for the seventh and got the save.
Wow.
So he pitched 11 innings on the same day, scored the game-winning run, got a win, got a save. And Ashton Hagee was just a special, special pitcher for Breckenridge. And I don't think we're ever going to see anybody approach 200 strikeouts between spring and summer anytime soon again. But I digress. We'll take one quick break here, a 30-second. When we come back, it's 8-2 Grand Forks Central on your CFI scoreboard, heading to the top of the third inning.
Ever buy something and open the box to find 1,000 pieces ready to assemble? Time consuming and frustrating. That's why Bear Build Woodworks and Builders First Source offer gorgeous hassle-free finishes for their doors and millwork. No mess and not stress. With over 30 stain options and 40 paint colors, Bear Build Woodworks pre-finish is the perfect choice for quality that stands the test of time. Get it finished with Bear Built Woodworks and Builders First Source in Wahpeton.
Top of the third, John Randall Field.
And there's Zeke.
Swung on in to left center, apologies, and that he's going to chug towards second, and he'll be in there with a stand-up lead-off double.
So talking about making a catch to end the inning and driving the ball to start the inning for Zeke Zimmerman. That kid can wheel, though.
Oh, yeah. How hard that ball was hit, and he's pretty much just rounding first when that ball is picked up. It's Nolan Marto.
Double and a triple in the first inning alone for Nolan Marto.
Swing on, that one's popped up into foul territory over towards the Knights dugout. No one able to reach.
We'd like to see somebody dive for that one. I would like to, as it falls between three players, the catcher, the pitcher, and the first baseman for Wahpeton. And Nolan Marto taking a huge swing at that one, probably thinking, if I can get the homer out of the way, we got a lot of game left to finish the cycle here.
Oh, yeah.
And this isn't Nolan Marto. This is Brian Weiss.
That one's.
So we don't give Nolan Marto his flowers on the double again. Boy, he's been getting shortchanged today as we try to go through this lineup card here. Kind of tough to read, but Nolan Marto actually just hit his second double of the game. So 2 doubles and a triple for Nolan Marto.
Yeah, that kid really knows how to lead off.
Yeah, that's impressive power out of the top of the order.
The 1-2 to Weiss, swung on over to short. Hockert gets it to first, gets the out, and keeps Marto at second.
Yeah, good job looking Marto back and knowing that he still had time with that arm strength to get it across the diamond, and finally got a good hop at short.
Keegan Hensrud. Now for the Knights, 1 down. Marto's going to swipe third.
Big jump from Marto and a really good throw for Heitkamp, and it didn't look like he had any chance at making that play. It ended up being pretty close as he puts it on the money.
Hensrud watches that high.
And we'll have a pretty comprehensive pregame show for Thursday's doubleheader between the Cowboys and the Cardinals, as the Cowboys have quite a few top-tier players, pitchers and hitters. So we'll have a lot of stats to break down. We'll probably go closer to 20 minutes for the pregame show for Thursday's doubleheader on the YouTube and B92.7 FM, as we have a lot of players to highlight.
Swung on, fouled back to us. Again, Knights lead 8-2. Big first inning for them. They got 8 runs. Have not been able to score a run since. It is the top of the third. That one's high for ball 2.
And the Cowboys have 6 hitters batting .333 or higher, and 2 guys batting .286 on the season. Cooper Roberts is hitting .633.
That one's out for ball 3, full count.
For you baseball junkies that are kind of following Breckenridge and are into the analytics, Roberts is slugging .800, OPS is .1467.
Yeah, and that one's ball 4, and this might sound a little biased. Obviously, he's not right there, but gives me a little Ben Rice thought right there. I'll keep bringing him up all season long.
He's still waiting for his first homer, though, so he's about 10 behind Ben Rice. but he has 15 RBIs already through 8 games, 14 runs scored, 5 doubles.
Have yourself a spring season, Cooper Roberts.
They actually have 5 batters hitting over 400 on the season. Pitching staff over in Breckenridge, their ERA this season, as they check the runner at first. Team ERA for Breckenridge this season, 1.67. And that's through 46 innings.
No pitches yet thrown to Owen Harms, and we'll watch that one for ball 1. No throw down to second. They'll keep Marto at third.
Owen Harms reached on a fielder's choice and scored. Batted for a second time in the first inning and walked. So he is 0 for 1 with a run.
Runners on second and third, 0-1 count. That one's out to right field. Great catch out there. Could have had a play at the plate. Maybe gotten close, and
looks like Hensrud caught off second base.
It looked like he may have left just a little bit early. Not sure if that one was going to be caught or not, and they were able to get the ball in and get him out.
And Ryan Braun made the right play there, because instead of trying to throw it through to home plate, he hits the cut. Well, it doesn't really hit the cut, but he gets it back into the infield, and they're able to catch the runner leaving early instead of trying to go for the glory and throw it home when you're probably not going to get Marto on the tag. And Wahpeton gets out of the inning, and they get out of the inning after allowing just 1 run. 9-2 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Huskies score 2 in the first, scoreless in the second, back out for the third in 60 seconds on the i3G Sports Network.
Ever buy something and open the box to find 1,000 pieces ready to assemble? Time consuming and frustrating. That's why Bear Build Woodworks and Builders First Source offer gorgeous hassle-free finishes for their doors and millwork. No mess and not stress. With over 30 stain options and 40 paint colors, Bear Build Woodworks pre-finish is the perfect choice for quality that stands the test of time. Get it finished with Bear Built Woodworks and Builders First Source in Wahpeton.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wahpeton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wahpeton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
Back at John Randall Field, Aiden Hayek to lead off the bottom of the third for the Wahpeton Huskies. He'll swing at the first pitch. It's popped up to the third base side in foul territory, and it's caught over there for the first out of the bottom of the third.
You can kind of see Aiden shaking his head there. He knows he got his pitch and just missed it. And the at-bat ends after just 1 pitch, bringing up Ryland Flack. The Twins in the bottom of the 4th inning, bases juiced, 2 down. Twins trying to get back to that 500 mark after a hot start to the season.
First pitch to Flack, outside. The 1-0 is in there for ball 2, or out there for ball 2.
That one was a close one, though. Kind of had me fooled up here. Flack with a double, his last at-bat.
And the 2-0 is high for ball 3.
Flack actually with a 2 RBI double.
And Flack will let that one go for ball 4.
Good start to the nightcap for Ryland Flack. A double, 2 RBIs, and a walk as he's reached base both times.
Here's Cale Gilbertson. First pitch to him is high for ball 1.
Looks like Flack bluffed the steal there and went back. Both teams just looks like they got him down for 3 hits on there. I believe they have 4 hits because Marto's got 3. Hensrud also has a single. Not too shabby though. 9 runs off 4 hits for Grand Forks Central.
Gilbertson will swing and miss at that one. They tried to catch Flack sleeping over there at first. Ball hits the dirt before the glove of the first baseman. Gets past him a little bit, but doesn't travel very far. The 1-1 to Gilbertson, swung on, fouled back.
You know, did a good job of sitting on the curveball there. It was kind of a hang and bang curve. It just stayed up a little high in the zone, and those curveballs that are way high in the zone, they're just hard to get on top of.
Yep.
So he pops it back. About a belt high curve, you can send it into the gap, but head high curve, it's really hard to square it.
And that pitch is outside.
And Ryland Flack, most likely not going anywhere, but he's definitely got Grand Forks Central thinking about him as the catcher looks over.
The 2-2 to Gilbertson hits him straight on the helmet. He was able to turn, and it looks like it hit the E on the back.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was really a direct hit. Able to kind of, like you said, tilt the helmet a little bit, but definitely straight in the back of the head. And Huskies have 2 on with 1 out.
And you'll take any free base you can. Will probably ask to be hit somewhere other than the head next time, but
Jones struck out looking his first time. He'll have a chance to avenge himself here with a runner in scoring position. 9-3 Central. Still just the bottom of the third on your CFI scoreboard.
Jones squares to bunt. He'll pull back.
And boy, the Central catcher, Brody Lediggy, wants to throw somebody out. He's popping up after every pitch, taking a look at the runners.
Looking to get Flack out there, lost his footing a little bit. The 1-0 to Jones, he'll square again and pull back yet again, and Ryland Flack continues to play those mind games out there with both the Central catcher and pitcher.
I don't know what he said to Lediggy between games, but he is dead set on throwing behind him here if he can. But it's a 2-0 count to Jones.
He'll square again, and that one's low for ball 3. Flack getting a really big secondary lead out there, making the Central catcher sweat just a little bit.
Yeah, you like it. You also got to be careful here with 1 out.
Yep. And the 3-0 to Jones is up and away. That'll load the bases for the Huskies as Ryan Braun will step up with 1 down here in the bottom of the third.
And you wonder, they stick with Marto after he throws 6 innings in game 1. He pitches an inning and a third in this one, and now they go to their second pitcher here, Griffin, and you start to wonder what they have left.
Yep.
So Braun will get time here to take the signs.
First pitch to Braun is low.
It's 5 straight balls. It was a good job by Braun making sure that he was granted time before he stepped out. I remember I was behind home plate here umping, and Riley Timian asked me for time once as the pitcher was starting, and he said, I called time. I said, well, I didn't give it to you.
Yep.
Ended up being a strike down the middle.
Definitely got to be careful. It's always the ump's decision. Make sure to get confirmation. That second pitch is in there for a strike.
It's happened a couple times on the bases, too, where runner gets up and the tag is on him, and they say, I called time, and sometimes the umpire doesn't hear you.
Right. Third pitch in for a strike.
That one's going to draw some jeers from the crowd as a pitcher's pitch on the outer half.
1-2 on Braun. That one's outside.
It's a great place to put your 1-2 pitch. You just hit that outside corner. Just reach out a little bit more and see if you can get a chase, but Braun, good discipline.
The 2-2 swung on, fouled straight back. Looks like we got a little student section going on down here in front of us.
Actually, quite the crowd here for game 2. Lots of jackets down there.
Braun swings and hits that one into left field. Tagging out there is Rylan Flack, and he'll score. Catch was made, but that'll score a run for the Huskies.
You can tell that the student section is here in full force because that was just a routine sac fly, and you heard about 15 kids yell, "Get out."
Oh, I think I can see Wahpeton's biggest cheerleader down there in Landon Ralph.
There you go.
He will be loud at any sporting event he can.
Returned to activity after his ACL. He's golfing.
Yep.
So he's been cleared to golf. That's going to be trouble.
And it'll drop into right field for a hit for Heitkamp. And Gilbertson is going to come around to score.
Gilbertson scoring for second, a inside-out bloop single right on the right field line. Braxton Heitkamp, and just like that, it's a 5-run ball game. And Grand Forks Central, like I said, we don't know what their whole bullpen report is, what they have left for arms, and Huskies are getting to the relief man here, Mason Griffin, and they have cut this lead to 9-4 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard.
It's just like we talked about in the first inning. It's just one run at a time, and they're certainly doing that here. Doctor takes the first pitch for ball 1.
And Griffin laboring a little bit. Looks like that velocity has dropped as he's kind of just getting it across now. He's not blowing it by anybody. It's a good chance here with 2 outs.
Doctor squares to bunt. That one's right back at Griffin, and he'll make the play at first. For out number 3, but not before the Huskies get 2 across home plate. Make it a 5-run game here.
It's kind of an anticlimactic finish to the inning. I like the idea of getting the lefty to bunt. Just unable to drag it with him up the line. It goes right back to the mound. But the Huskies, 2 in the first, 2 in the third. If you could only take away the top of the first, where Central scored 8. But right now it is 9-4 Grand Forks Central, and the Huskies putting up a fight, trying to stay in this one as we head to the 4th inning on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard.
Essentia Health delivers personalized care for you and your entire family right here in the community we all call home. Whether you're seeking in-person care or the convenience of a virtual appointment, our dedicated team is committed to providing the kind of health care you won't find anywhere else. Learn more or schedule your appointment today by visiting essentiahealth.org. Essentia Health, right here for you.
Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster is engineered for the toughest field conditions, restores up to 4.5% more power and up to 5% better fuel economy in comparison to typical number 2 diesel, keeping your operation running strong, 40% more effective at breaking down harmful engine deposits, and 2.5 times more effective at cleaning up and removing injector deposits in comparison to the previous generation of Cenex Premium Diesel Fuel. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster helps keep your equipment running at peak efficiency from planting to harvest. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, power in the field, hour after hour. Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heitkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heitkamp Construction in Wahpeton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948. Buying a new home is an exciting experience, but it can be a stressful one too. Miller Realty can help relieve some of that stress with a simple formula of integrity, trust, and most importantly, experience. Their talented team is made up of Guy, Shelly, Jared, Lisa, Melissa, and Stephanie. They've put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes, and they understand this market. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
Welcome back to John Randall Field. Couple of switches here. Kaysen Pinsnault takes the mound. Aiden Hayek out in right, and Ryan Braun in left.
And Pinsonald, a very capable pitcher, and Wahpeton probably figures, we're in this game now. It's the 4th inning. We're down by 5.
Bloop over to second, and Jones makes a great catch over there for out number 1.
Let's bring in one of our power arms and see if we can't get through a scoreless inning here and maybe cut the lead a little more when we come back up to bat. Mason Griffin comes to the plate.
Pinsnault delivers inside for ball 1. High for ball 2.
Griffin so far in this one walked and scored, and he flew out to center field.
The 2-0 swung on and missed.
And he has been waving at that outside fastball all day in both games, and you just don't want to miss inside with his stature at the plate.
The 2-1 swung on and missed again. Pinsnault getting him to fan a little bit here.
They have the center fielder shading a little bit with Griffin falling off towards the pull side.
Pinsnault will deliver outside, looking to get the chase. Count is full. And that one's in there for strike 3. Kaysen Pinsnault coming back in the count, down 2-0.
So Griffin got his pitch, middle in to the big lefty. Probably expecting that outside fastball for a third time and mixing it up as Pinsnault. First batter he sees, down on strikes. Second batter he sees, as Ladegi flew out to Jones.
And here's Logan Bina.
Bina reached on air and scored, and also flew out to left. As Pinsnault throws that one in the other batter's box.
That's ball 2 to Bina. Bina will swing on. That one's out to left. Great catch by Ryan Braun in left, and Kaysen Pinsnault able to get the job done on the mound for the Huskies.
1-2-3 inning in relief for Pinsnault, and Wahpeton, who scored 2 last inning, trails 9-4 after falling behind 8-0, and don't write him off yet, folks. We are heading to the bottom of the 4th inning, about midway through this game, and Wahpeton still has time to rally on the i3G Sports Network.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
North Dakota State College of Science is powered by the strong local connections we have with employers, business partners, program advisors, and local business leaders. We're proud to call Wahpeton home. Find out more about how you or your business can support NDSCS by visiting ndscs.edu. That's ndscs.edu.
Welcome back to John Randall Field. Huskies able to get a 1-2-3 inning from Kaysen Pinsnault. Shuts down the Knights in the top of the 4th. Carter Hawker leading off for the Huskies here in the bottom of the 4th.
Carter Hawker coming into this doubleheader with a .294 average. He's due for a hit.
That one back up the middle to second base. Easy play for the Knights.
Nearly beat it out, but I think Griffin might have got a little bit of leather on that and slowed it up. So that may be a 1-4-3 put out as is potentially deflected to second base. Hockert stung that one, just tough luck out.
Here's Case and Pincenot. He'll take that first pitch for a strike.
Pincenot 1 hit in each game so far.
And that second one's in for a ball. Pretty good movement on that ball, and Pincenot was fooled. That one's in there for strike 2.
Yeah, I had him arching his back, getting out of the way, and it came right over the middle.
1-2. Pincenot wasn't sure about it. It'll be in there for strike 3.
Actually had a couple words with the umpire after that one, but both those pitches look to get a healthy amount of the plate. And what a pitch sequence there. Looping curve followed by just a straight fastball piped at the knees from Griffin.
That brings up Aiden Hayek. He'll watch the first pitch for ball 1.
Hayek with a double and a run scored. He's 1 for 2.
That second pitch nearly domes him, but he'll get out of the way.
So the Huskies came into today 6 games down, just 2 extra base hits, a triple and a double from Hockert. They have 2 doubles in this game already, matching their season total for extra base hits. 1 from Flack, 1 from Hayek.
The 2-0 to Hayek is low and away for ball 3. And Hayek will take first. Ball 4.
So Hayek having a nice day, gets the complete game win in game number 1, and now he has a walk, a double, a run scored in game number 2. If you're just tuning in, folks, 9-4 Grand Forks Central on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard after they lost 2-1 in a very exciting game 1.
That brings up the big bat of Ryland Flack. He'll watch the first pitch high for ball 1.
Trying to get Flack out for the first time in this contest. A 2 RBI double in the first inning. He walked and scored in the second, or in the third, excuse me.
Flack will watch that one for a strike. They'll check Hayek there at first. He's in there safely.
Good activity there. All game, really, from the catcher here. Being on his toes, Brody Lediggy.
Flack will watch that outside for ball 2.
I think Lediggy getting a little bit greedy trying to frame those pitches. You know, what you really want to do is just tilt the glove. Just tilt the angle of the glove. He's pulling it back in, and that's tough to get a call that way.
Swing and miss for Flack. Count evens at 2-2.
You know, the only time that really works to steal a strike when you do that is when it's down in the zone, because you can kind of go down to up with the glove. But on the outside, if you move your arm at all, it's going to be tough.
The 2-2 is high. Ball 3.
Some good ABs here against Griffin.
The 3-2 swung on out to center field. Center fielder looked a little confused. He's going back for it, and he'll make a nice catch over the shoulder.
Wow. Ryland Flack with another moonshot. Looked like a routine fly ball, just like his double. And the center fielder out there made an incredible catch. That is Zeke Zimmerman, actually once again over the shoulder catch, and pulls it out of his glove to show the umpire as he's basically standing with his hands against the wall.
Yep.
369-foot flyout for Ryland Flack, nearly cut this lead to 3, but Central will take a 9-4 lead into the top of the 5th on your CFI scoreboard.
Recovering your health and getting back to your best life. That's what Quality Recovery from Optimum Rehab can do for you. Physical therapist Dr. Anthony Eggman will set up an individual plan to get you to your goals. He believes that this is the perfect way for you to recover your health. What you get with Optimum Rehab is time and attention, thorough assessments, and effective treatments. So if it's back pain, achy joints, recovery from surgery or injury, it's likely that physical therapy from Optimum Rehab can help. So take your life into your own hands with Optimum Rehab. Visit myoptimumrehab.com.
You want what you want. At Quality Toyota, we totally understand that we aren't going to talk you into a car you don't want. Instead, we're here to help you find the car, the color, the options, and the style that you do want. All with a simple, easy, and stress-free approach, because the price listed online or in every windshield is the only price. That way, we can concentrate on getting you the right car. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls. QualityToyota.net. Let's go places.
Welcome back to John Randall Field. Starting the top of the 5th inning here. Bryce Krenta leading off for the Knights. He'll take that first pitch for a strike.
Pincinel kind of humming along here, just trying to keep things where they are. A 5-run deficit for the Huskies in the 5th.
And that one's low for ball 1. That one's in there for a strike.
And that inside pitch has been there in the zone to the lefties. We'll see if Pincinel goes back to it here to Carinta.
1-2 swung on out to center field, and that one's going to drop in front of Doctor for a base hit.
Looked like catcher set up inside, but Pincinel's fastball rode out, and good job by Carinta just throwing his hands at that ball, sending it right up the center.
That'll bring up Zeke Zimmerman. Pincinel checks Carinta over at first.
Zimmerman 0 for 2 so far, a ground out to third and a fly out to Pincinel to the left.
Zimmerman squares to bunt. That one's down the third baseline, flat coming on. Throw to first is in time. Great play by Rylan Flack, using his speed to get up to that ball and using that arm strength to get it over to first.
Yeah, kind of a submarine arm slot there. Still able to get a lot of zip on it and beats the runner by a half step.
That'll advance Carinta, but again, a great play on the bunt.
That one will definitely be in our Carson Zarek Nodak Insurance Agency Plays of the Week. Gets to be a lot of film review here, going back on the stream and picking out the 10 plays when we have 4 hours of footage to go through.
Here's Nolan Marto having himself a couple of games so far. He'll hit that one over to Hockert, and Hockert's going to make the play at first.
Great stretch by Gilbertson to sell the play at the end there. And Hockert has bounced back from a so-so first game at shortstop. Been dynamite here in the nightcap. 8 runs in the first for Central, just 1 in the third, and that's all they've scored. It's enough for a 9-4 lead here. Top 5, 2 down, Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Weiss at the plate.
First pitch in there for a strike, and that moved Carinta over to third. 2 down, runner on third for Kason Pincinel.
Pincinel knows that inside strike is there.
That one's high for ball 1.
Kind of different here. It looks like the catcher calls the game here for the high school team. I know in the summer, Coach Chris Kappas calls the pitches from the dugout.
We'll get time.
Which, you know, has become more and more standard in baseball with the catcher looking over the dugout, getting the sign.
The 1-1 outside. Heitkamp not able to glove it. Carinta won't move over there at third.
Big sweeping slider from Pincinel there. Nearly a pass ball. Good hustle from Heitkamp.
The 2-1 from Pinsnall. High. Popped off the top of Heitkamp's glove. Couldn't find it. It didn't go far. Carenta stays at third. And the 3-1's in there.
Big payoff pitch here. If Pincinel can sit down Weiss, it'll be back-to-back scoreless innings.
And that one's in there. Called strike 3, Kaysen Pinsnall. Yet again, a scoreless inning, doing everything he can to keep the Knights at 9 and give the Huskies the best chance they can to win this game.
Couldn't ask for better location. Low and in. Weiss wanted nothing to do with it. He heads back to the dugout. That's 2 strikeouts and 2 innings for Pincinel. More importantly, he keeps the Knights off the scoreboard for the second straight inning. And the Huskies, they're running out of time, but they still got some game left. Trailing 9-4, heading to the bottom of 5 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard.
Get your vehicle ready for the traveling season with Smith Motors in Wahpeton. Right now, buy 3 select tires and get the 4th for just $1 with professional installation. Take advantage of up to $240 in stackable rebates on essential parts. From front and rear brake pads to rotors, shocks, struts, and tire pressure monitoring system sensors. Small town friendly, big town deals. Smith Motors, your certified Chevy and GMC dealership in Wahpeton. Online at smithmotors.com.
Ever notice how every other ad seems to be an insurance company promising to save you money?
What is with these insurance companies?
Hi, this is Matt.
And this is Amanda.
And we're your local State Farm agents.
We're here to debunk all the insurance junk.
What do you really need to know?
What is a fair and competitive price?
Let us make sure you are getting the best bang for your insurance dollar.
And find out why State Farm has been around for over 100 years and remains #1 today.
Back at John Randall Field, Cale Gilbertson to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning for the Huskies. He'll take the first pitch high.
Off-speed pitch. Looked like he tried to stick his elbow out there and chicken wing it to get on base. Couldn't quite make contact.
He'll watch the second pitch for a ball 2, and he's got that Evo shield, so.
And Griffin's been struggling for a couple innings now, so this would be the time to go. And you'd think that Central's pretty thin in the staff if they're sticking with him.
And Gilbertson will watch the 2-0 for strike 1.
And you know the 2-0 curve is good when the catcher can't catch it and it's right over the middle of the plate. So some great break from Griffin.
2-1, he goes back.
Wouldn't be surprised to see it again. Back-to-back curveballs after falling behind 2-0. Still got to sit fastball, though. Always sit fastball and adjust.
2-2 to Gilbertson. He'll foul that one back.
That one another curve, just a little bit tighter, and Gilbertson nearly barreled it. Just misses off the barrel.
Another 2-2. Gilbertson fouls that one out of play.
Good battle here between Gilbertson and the Central pitcher Griffin. Huskies trail 9-4, bottom 5 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard.
Two again, and Gilbertson's going to watch that for strike 3.
Gilbertson knew it, and he just could not pull the trigger on the dark one. There was about 4 or 5 tremendous curveballs there, and I'm almost certain they were curves, not sliders, as they had that 12-6 break, and Griffin digs into his bag of tricks for a strikeout.
That'll bring up Riley Jones. He'll swing at the first pitch and foul it back to the backstop.
And this is a kid who I would expect to get going, if not during the cold spring weather, certainly when the summer starts. He just has a really nice, smooth lefty swing.
He'll hit that one right back to Griffin. He'll flip it to his first baseman for the out.
So Griffin, after a couple shaky innings, in total control to start the 5th. 2 quick outs for the Central Knights.
And that'll bring up Ryan Braun with 2 outs.
Braun reached on a walk, stole second base. He was retired his second time, so looking for his first hit.
First pitch outside for a ball. And the second pitch is high. Ball 2.
A lot of seniors on this Wahpeton team. Braun, one of them. And they are just not picking that spin up out of his hand.
Griffin just keeps going back to it and keeps freezing these Huskies. And that ball's outside for ball 3. 3-1 count to Braun.
It's definitely an off-speed pitch you could put somewhere deep in the park because it doesn't have some tight cut on it, but you know, you got to pick it up. It's just so much slower than the fastball.
Braun watches the 3-1 low and he'll take first base.
Second walk of the contest for Braun. He's been on 2 out of 3 times. That brings up Braxton Heitkamp, who singled in his last plate appearance.
Heitkamp rocking the white sleeves and white gloves to go along with the Huskies' white pants.
At least he's sticking to the color tone here in the color scheme. We were talking about lots of baby blue stuff, people getting ready for summer.
Yeah, Braun over there, he's got the red batting gloves on when he's at the plate. That first pitch in for ball 1. Second pitch, ball 2. Braun, comfortable lead over there at first. Probably not looking to go anywhere with 2 down 5 in the ball game. That one's high to Heitkamp. 3-0.
And Heitkamp is the number 8 hitter, so if he should reach, it'll be a big at-bat for Doctor to bring the order around, trailing by 5.
Heitkamp shows a little bunt, and that one's going to be out for ball 4.
So Evan Doctor bunted the basketball. That'd be a basketball. It's a good movie. Bunted the pitch right back to the mound in his last appearance. And if you haven't watched basketball, you got to check it out.
Doctor bunts it right back to Griffin. Griffin unsure where to go with it, and
oh boy,
we got some contact over there at first.
We're going to get a long stare down here, and we're going to get a conversation here. They're just going to call time. I was not sure that Doctor wasn't going to get tossed for malicious contact there. I'm not saying that's what he did. I'm saying from this far away, the player covering first was in Doctor's way.
Yep.
So like a collision was inevitable, but sometimes when you extend your arms like that,
yep,
you can get called for that. But Doctor, trying to brace for himself probably looked worse than it was, and it's a good thing that the officials had a good eye on it, and no harm, no foul. Bases loaded.
It looked like Griffin didn't have anybody at first, and Hawker grounds that one over to first. Tries to dive for the bag, and that'll be an out. But yeah, on that bunt, it looked like Griffin didn't see anybody at first, the first look he took, so he looked around and didn't see anywhere else to go with it.
So the Huskies spoil a golden opportunity there as they go with Doctor on a bunt. He does the same thing, bunts it right back to the mound, so he's dead to rights. Nobody covers first base. Doctor and the first baseman collide hard through the bag to load it up, and then Carter Hawker with a soft tapper to first down the line, bases loaded, and credit to him, head first slide trying to beat the play. He's out by a step, and the Huskies leave him juiced. We will head to the top of the 6th inning. Grand Forks Central still leads, still 9-4 on your CFI scoreboard.
We both knew that getting mom and dad into assisted living was going to be tough.
Twin Town Villa to the rescue.
Oh, for sure. Twin Town Villa was the bridge that got our folks from point A to point B.
The staff at Twin Town Villa are experts when it comes to the transition from house life to assisted living.
Before we knew it, mom and dad settled in, and they have few regrets, especially with the warm weather field trips and outdoor music.
Twin Town Villa is an amazing bridge to our parents' life.
Stop out and take a tour today.
OSPTI promotes specialized and extended training of therapists to better treat orthopedic injuries. OSPTI offers pool therapy to promote early return to activity and sport training, and also can enhance and challenge return to sport conditions. OSPTI promotes wellness progression with aftercare programs and programs open to the public, such as return to sport training, athletic enhancement, adult fitness classes, gym and pool memberships, and aquatic exercise classes for a patient to continue their wellness journey. Start your wellness journey by calling OSPTI today, 218-641-7725.
Everybody likes discounts, and really, who doesn't want to save money, especially on their auto insurance? Hi, I'm Carson Zard, a Nodak Insurance Company agent in Wahpeton, North Dakota. Talk to me about how we can save you money by taking advantage of our multi-vehicle, multi-line, EFT, safe driver, and good student discounts. Call 701-642-9251 for your quote. I'm Carson Zard, your agent with answers. I know North Dakota, and I might even know you. Call for a quote today.
Welcome back to John Randall Field. Top of the 6th inning. Huskies leave bases loaded. First pitch in for a strike. It's to Keegan Hensard. Hensard hits that one well to center field. Doctor tracking it down, and he'll make the play out there. Great running play by Evan Doctor.
Wow, made it an incredibly difficult catch look easy. Talk about the advanced metrics there. The ground covered, great range in center field by Evan Doctor, and that's why you put him there.
That'll bring up Owen Harms.
And it was 8-0 after the top of the first. Wahpeton has outscored Central 4-1 since. And our score is 9-4 Central.
Delivery hit over. Another possible play for Doctor, and he'll dive for it. Won't be able to get there.
And you got to love the effort on that, too, because he wasn't even really that close to catching it.
Right.
So, you're really selling out your body when you know there's slim to no chance of you catching it. So, great effort. Back-to-back plays ranging to his right and left. It is a single for Harms. And Ledecky to the plate.
Pincenot will check Harms at first.
Ledecky. So Pincenot yet to give up a run here in relief.
He'll check again. Ball never made its way into Gilbertson's glove. It stays behind Harms at first. Looked like it hit him. First pitch. Kaysen Pincenot pitches to Ledecky, is in there for strike one. Kaysenalt. Interesting.
We got the basketball and the Kaysenalt going here. It's getting to be a late night here at John Randall Field. We're running low.
0-1. Ledecky swings out to right field. Hayek going back for it, and he'll make the play.
Outfield has looked great today for Wahpeton.
yeah.
Just one really tough sinking ball that got underneath the glove of Pincenot left. Other than that, it's been airtight out there.
Yep, great job tracking the ball today. And, it's definitely not easy when there's sun, but it's really not easy when it's cloudy, because the baseball, when it's high up there, it's the same color as the clouds and just disappears. That pickoff gets away, and Harms is able to get to second safely.
Yeah, the sky is basically a dark bluish gray now, and you would think of a baseball as white. Well, it's only white until it gets thrown once,
Yep.
and then it's pretty dark. So it's really hard to pick up on a night like this. And we're doing our best to stay focused here, but Brady and I both made trips to Fargo and back today, so might need a little caffeine before the night's over. And for me, I got to get back to Fergus yet, so it'll be 3 hours of road time for me today, 4 hours of game time. Just another day at the office.
Pincenot's delivery is outside for ball two.
This is Mason Griffin at the plate. The relief pitcher. He walked and scored his first time. He's been retired the last two.
Two-0. That's low for ball three.
Pincinelt's got a good move here with the runner on second because he kind of swings that lead leg back, so the runner has to hesitate in case he does a spin throw.
The 3-0 is in there for a strike. The 3-1 swung on out to left center shallow, and Hockert's going to make the play out there backing up.
How about that? Another scoreless frame from Kaysen Pincinel, who has really kept Wahpeton in this game. Again, 8 runs in the first inning. Those came primarily off of starter Dylan Veerstraight. Again, a lot of those unearned. He only gave up 2 hits in that inning. And then with 1 out remaining in the inning, they went to Riley Jones. And then shortly after, they went to Pincinel. And it's been smooth sailing for Wahpeton since. They just really haven't got the bats going. 9-4 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Grand Forks Central leads Wahpeton on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard.
Want a healthy smile? Visit Wahpeton Family Dentistry. Their recently expanded modern office has awesome and the most up-to-date technology. Dr. Mason Haley and Dr. Shannon Foley and their amazing team help make every visit great for kids, teens, and adults. They offer dental care for patients of all ages and work with most insurances. Call 701-642-8566. Again, 701-642-8566 or schedule online at WahpetonFamilyDentistry.com. Get your best smile today.
Choose Casey Formanek with Country Financial in Wahpeton, where he makes insurance easy. Whether you're shopping for home, car, or more, he takes the time to understand your specific insurance needs and explain what option works best for you. Call Casey at 701-353-6071 to book an appointment today. Auto and home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Preferred Insurance Company, and Country Casualty Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois.
Back at John Randall Field, starting the bottom of the 6th. Kaysen Pincinel will lead off for the Huskies. Yet another scoreless inning for him.
Wahpeton's been doing a good job holding Central off the scoreboard.
Pincinel will swing at the first pitch. 1 hop to short, and they'll make the play.
But they just haven't been able to tack on runs. So now Wahpeton, after the Pincinel ground out, needs to score 5 runs. They have 5 outs to do it, and they have to keep Central out of the scorebook at the same time.
And here's Aiden Hayek.
But you look at this, if you can complete this game, even if you lose, let's say the final's 9-4. There's that curveball. You could say you played 2 really good games minus 1 inning.
Yep.
So that's something you can take. And you also got to win. So you are not going to have a winless season.
Second pitch outside for a ball. And yeah, it's definitely nothing to hang your head about after this game. You still got to win on the day, and obviously anything can still happen in this game. Hayek swings. That one's popped foul. Pitcher makes a hard effort for it.
Catches it. Hat comes off and all. Big man Mason Griffin, not sure how he got the anchor in the ground and didn't go flipping over the first base dugout. That is a big boy with a lot of momentum covering ground off the mound. A great catch from Mason Griffin.
Oh, yeah.
And with the Huskies really catching up to him in the last couple innings and seeing a lot of pitches, that's a big one to take off the board there.
That'll bring up Ryland Flack.
That's back-to-back outs for Griffin.
Outside for ball 1. He'll swing and miss. And yeah, back to what I was saying, no matter the outcome of this second game, you got to take today as a win. Like you said, minus that first inning, today was just a complete win for the Huskies. They're pretty much hitting on all cylinders that they needed to, and they really got the job done.
1 run allowed in the first game. If we take away the first inning tonight, that's just 2 runs allowed in. That one's drilled.
That one's going to keep going back, and the left fielder's going to make the play. Didn't have enough on it.
So Flack with a double his first at-bat for 2 RBIs. He has a fly out to the center field wall and now a deep fly out to the left field warning track, and another guy who can take that into their next games. He is seeing the baseball very well and squaring it up, but Wahpeton goes scoreless, so it's 9-4 after 6 complete on your CFI scoreboard. And I'm trying to do the math here, so we have 6 complete here. So Wahpeton has given up, basically take away the 8-run top of the first, and they've given up just 2 runs in the other 11 innings. So figure out what went wrong in the first inning, try not to have it happen again, and hopefully you can have the rally of the season here once you get to the bottom of the 7th. 9-4 Central. We'll break when we come back. 7th inning.
Get more done with Lilligard, your local Bobcat dealer and full-service heavy-duty truck shop in Wahpeton. From rugged Bobcat compact tractors and loaders to expert truck repairs, Lilligard keep your farm, acreage, and fleet running strong. Whatever the job, mowing, fencing, grading, or keeping your big rigs on the road, count on Lilligard for power and reliability. Visit Lilligard on Highway 13 West in Wahpeton or call 701-642-9129. Lilligard, built to keep you moving.
Ever buy something and open the box to find 1,000 pieces ready to assemble? Time consuming and frustrating. That's why Bear Build Woodworks and Builders First Source offer gorgeous hassle-free finishes for their doors and millwork. No mess and not stress. With over 30 stain options and 40 paint colors, Bear Build Woodworks pre-finish is the perfect choice for quality that stands the test of time. Get it finished with Bear Build Woodworks and Builders First Source in Wahpeton.
Top of the 7th for the Knights.
Logan Bina at the plate.
Kason Pincenalt still on the mound for the Huskies. He's been pitching great in this game ever since he came in. Bina swings on that one out to center field. And Doctor's able to make the routine catch for out number 1.
Doctor playing basically a perfect game out there in center field. No errors, a couple difficult catches.
That'll bring up Corinta. He'll take that first pitch for a strike.
Corinta has reached base all 3 times, a single, a walk. He scored.
They'll swing and foul that one back.
And Corinta did not play game 1, so give credit to that young man. A spectator in game 1, but stays locked in, and he's reached base 3 times in the nightcap.
And that one's low for ball 1. And Pincenalt hits Corinta. That'll send him to first.
Luckily for Corinta, that looked to be an off-speed pitch, so he'll be all right as he heads down there, and that brings up Zeke Zimmerman. I believe Zeke is over 3 on the day. We only have 2 of his ABs down on here. That big 8-run inning kind of shifted everything over for us in the scorecard.
Pincenalt checks at first. Corinta in there safely.
Pincenalt trying to wrap up a clean game here. He's not allowed to run. In fact, Central hasn't scored since the 3rd inning.
Braxton Heitkamp will take a walk to his pitcher, figure things out.
Quick Heitkamp construction mound visit. Also a shout out to Minn Kota Ag, 2 of our on-screen sponsors tonight. And while we're at it, shout out to Red E. Contact Red E today at rede-ag.com for all your custom air seeder needs. You can sign up for a free inspection at rede-ag.com.
The first pitch to Zimmerman swung on and missed for strike 1.
Just handcuffed him there, riding that high and in fastball.
Zimmerman squares to bunt.
Ooh, if Gilbertson stays put there on the throwback, it's a close play at first, but that looked like it wasn't designed, so Gilbertson popping off the bag to field his position and snap throw from high camp. Couldn't get back in time.
That's outside for ball 1.
And it looked like Pincinel's kind of digging a hole there. It looked like his cleat got caught, almost a balk, but he was able to continue his delivery after a little bit of a twitch.
Swing and miss for Zimmerman, and that's strike 3.
No chance at that one. He was swinging when it was in the mitt, and just great stuff out of Pincinel tonight as he has really bared down, and he's done a good job keeping runners close to the bag too, whether it's at second base with that stretch delivery where he kind of turns and looks back, or first base just throwing it over there and keeping them close. I don't believe they have a stolen base off Pincinel. That brings up top of the order again. I believe it's Nolan Marteau. It is.
First pitch low for ball 1.
Marteau 2 doubles and a triple in this game.
Second pitch in there for strike 1. This is probably a guy you maybe don't really want to pitch to, but, you know, I think 2 outs here. I think Pincinel's going to challenge him.
Yeah, it'd be a great opportunity for Pincinel to put the button on his great outing.
The 1-1 gets past Heitkamp.
So wild pitch in the other batter's box. Moves the runner up to second. And I don't think Marteau will be in line for the win here. You know, he only went... Looks like Marteau went less than 2 innings, pulled during the second. So the long relief pitcher, Mason Griffin, probably going to be credited with the official win as he had a much lengthier outing. And, you know, Watson still has a chance to come back. They get the bottom of the 7th, trailing 9-4.
Batter takes time. The 2-1. Marteau swings almost out of his shoes on that one.
Looking for that 4th extra base hit as he goes falling towards the Huskies dugout. As we will punch in on the camera here on the batter pitcher as we have a 2-2 count, 2 outs.
The delivery, Marteau pokes that one over to the second baseman, and Jones able to make the play in the shallow outfield grass for out number 3. Kason Pincinel yet again. Another scoreless inning.
Scoreless outing for Pincinel as he comes on early in the ball game in relief and has just been dynamite ever since then. And the Huskies, you know, down to their last stand to overcome a nightmarish 8-run top of the first. But since then, just 1 run allowed. 9-4. Grand Forks Central on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Huskies down to their last stand, bottom of the 7th coming up. Looks like we'll have Gilbertson, Jones, Braun, Heitkamp, and Doctor if they should reach right here on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. You're listening to B92.7 FM.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wahpeton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wahpeton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Essentia Health delivers personalized care for you and your entire family right here in the community we all call home. Whether you're seeking in-person care or the convenience of a virtual appointment, our dedicated team is committed to providing the kind of health care you won't find anywhere else. Learn more or schedule your appointment today by visiting essentiahealth.org. Essentia Health, right here for you.
Welcome back to John Randall Field. Brody Lediggy taking the mound for the Knights here in the bottom of the 7th.
Big righty on the bump. Tall, lanky kid out to an 0-2 count on Gilbertson.
And Gilbertson fans on the pitch.
Got that. We only got one camera angle now because there's always somebody who thinks it's a great idea to stand right in front of the camera in the middle. The only camera down there, you know. You got an entire concourse, but somebody likes to park right there every game.
First pitch to Jones is a ball. Second outside for ball 2.
It's kind of like in basketball, as you see the guy's head swaying back and forth here. They all stand until the first basket's made, and then some of them want to stand longer. And you got like 3 cameras set up, and you're sitting there, and you're like looking at the whole gym, and you're thinking, this spot out of all the spots?
Right. And Jones takes that pitch for strike 1, and we're under the beautiful lights here at John Randall Field. Strike 2.
Lediggy is ratcheting up the heat here, so it looks like we are probably seeing their 7th inning man in the closer role. We'll get a late time called here from Jones. He'll get it granted.
And the 2-2, and Lediggy freezes Jones on the inside.
Boy, you really got to start your swing early on that fastball. It's coming in hot and on the inside corners, and you're going to have to make a decision right out of the hand and get the barrel out in front of the plate, and that time Jones just couldn't pull the trigger.
That'll bring up Ryan Braun. Huskies down to their last out of the ball game. First pitch outside for ball 1. Second pitch in there for strike 1. Strike 2 to Braun.
Huskies down to their final strike, putting up a fight after falling behind 8-0. They trail 9-4, bottom 7. 2 outs, 2 strikes.
Good play discipline by Braun. Watching that one low for ball 2. And he's going to swing and miss for strike 3. That'll end the ball game.
Brody Lediggy comes in, gets the job done, strikes out the side. Mason Griffin with the win in long relief. Nolan Marto does enough, starting this one after pitching the entire first game. And Grand Forks Central uses an 8-run inning to hang on for a 9-4 win in the nightcap on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Huskies get their first win of the season, 2-1 in the opener. They have a nice response after falling apart in the first inning. You know, they won the game after the first inning, if that counts for anything. But definitely some momentum for the Huskies after getting blown out by Fargo North. They play much better tonight. We'll break it down in a couple minutes on the Miller Realty postgame show.
Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster is engineered for the toughest field conditions, restores up to 4.5% more power and up to 5% better fuel economy in comparison to typical number 2 diesel, keeping your operation running strong, 40% more effective at breaking down harmful engine deposits, and 2.5 times more effective at cleaning up and removing injector deposits in comparison to the previous generation of Cenex Premium Diesel Fuel. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster helps keep your equipment running at peak efficiency from planting to harvest. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, power in the field, hour after hour.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heidkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heidkamp Construction in Wahpeton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948.
Buying a new home is an exciting experience, but it can be a stressful one too. Miller Realty can help relieve some of that stress with a simple formula of integrity, trust, and most importantly, experience. Their talented team is made up of Guy, Shelly, Jared, Lisa, Melissa, and Stephanie. They've put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes, and they understand this market. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
Welcome back to the Miller Realty postgame show, a tradition of knowledge, integrity, trust, and experience. And, the Huskies fall behind 8-0, play well from there on out. 9-4 loss to Grand Forks Central on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard, and that is a split for the day as the Huskies hang on for a 2-1 win in the opener, their first win of the season, and Central improves to 4-12 on the year. Wahpeton drops to 1-7, but they get the monkey off their back. They get a win, and they show that they were down but not out in Game 2 and have a really nice game after the first innings. We'll break it down here with your State Farm Stat Report presented by Matt and Amanda Frederick. Kason Pinsenalt singles and scores. He goes 1 for 4 for the Huskies. Aiden Hayek, a walk, a double, a run scored, so he goes 1 for 3 with a run. Rylan Flack, a 2 RBI double in his first plate appearance, a walk and a run in his second, and then 2 deep flyouts to the fence. So a lot of hard contact in the 4 spot. Cale Gilbertson, hit by pitch, came around to score, 0 for 3. Riley Jones, he walked, went 0 for 3. Ryan Braun walked, was hit by a pitch, so he reached base 2 out of 3 times, stole a base. Braxton Heickamp went 1 for 2 with a walk and a single. And Evan Doctor went fielder's choice on a bunt, big collision with the first baseman who was out in his other 2, so he was 0 for 3. So that's how the Huskies go, 5 total hits. And for Grand Forks Central, Nolan Marto absolutely mashed the ball as he tripled and doubled in the first inning, scored both times, hit another double later in the game. They're finally able to get him out in his final 2 plate appearances, so 3 for 5 from the leadoff man. Brian Weiss walked twice, scored once. Keegan Hensrud, a single, a walk. Owen Harms, fielder's choice, came around to score. He also walked and singled, so good game for him. Brody Lediggy reached on an error and scored. Mason Griffin, who will get the win on the mound today, walked, scored a run, 0 for 3. Logan Bina came around to score on an error. And Bryce Carinta, who did not play Game 1, had a fantastic game. 2 for 2 with a hit by pitch, a run scored, and a single. Zeke Zimmerman was fantastic in center field. Chased down some balls that he had no business getting to, playing shallow. Showed exactly why he can play shallow, as he played essentially to eliminate the blooper. And then when they hit it over his head, he said, watch what I can do. So he had a great game in center field. He also doubled in this contest as well. Have them unofficially for 7 hits. Marto starts the ball game out, goes 1 2/3, and then Mason Griffin, fantastic, just getting the job done with a big lead to work with, just mostly staying in the strike zone and showing off a filthy curveball that got several Huskies either soft contact or strikeouts. And he went most of the game, and then they closed it out with Lediggy, who looks like a Aroldis Chapman out there as he struck out the side. So they brought in their 7th inning guy, and they said, enough's enough. It's a late night. Brady and Robert got to get to McDonald's. We do too. And he goes back-to-back punch-outs. And, you could barely see the baseball. He was throwing it so hard. So Lediggy comes in, gets the save. And the Huskies lose 9-4. So let's take a look at your Essentia Health players of the game. Let's go with play of the game first. And I'll start off here with play of the game presented by Red River Agency, your trusted hometown agents, Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard. And I'm going to go with the Rylan Flack 5-3 play on the bunt. They bunted it up the line, and Flack came charging in and he fielded it, and he basically threw it from where he fielded it. I mean, his knuckles were almost touching the ground, so a submarine-style throw, enough strength off one leg to get it to first. There's a beautiful 5-3 ground out that you will see in our Carson Zarek Agency Plays of the Week. So, that is our Red River Agency Play of the Game, presented by Brad Kent and Tyler Rivard. Give them a call for all your insurance needs. And for you, Brady, I don't know if there's anything else that stood out. It ended up being a long game. It's kind of becoming blurred lines at this point of the night. But if there's something, throw it out there.
Yeah, I'd definitely say take your pick of anything in the outfield. The Wops outfield was just locked down today. I mean, obviously, Kaysen Pincenalt had one unfortunate ball come to him that just completely dropped. Like, no one's expecting it to drop. It looks like, a liner right to him. He's just going to be able to make the routine play, and then all of a sudden it's in the dirt. But, everybody else is just locked down up there. And Kaysen Pincenalt, again, himself was locked down out there after that play. And, yeah, they just played really great in the outfield, not letting much past them if they could help it. And it kept them in the game after that first inning.
Yeah, the outfield play, tremendous. I think you hit the nail on the head there. They went left to right, Pincenalt, Dr. Braun, and then they brought Hayek in. Also made a nice catch out there. So 4 outfielders with constant contributions defensively for Wahpeton. And for my player of the game, moving to player of the game here, I think I know who you'll probably pick, but I'm going to go with Rylan Flack. Because Rylan Flack started the party off with a 2 RBI double, and it was 8-0, and you're like, oh boy, is it going to be 19-1 like it was against North? And that kind of got them back in it momentarily. It was a big double to center field over Zeke Zimmerman's head, which is not easy to get it over his head. I think he tracked down every other ball. And then he also walked in the game, and then, he flew out to deep center field and deep left field, and he walked and scored. So 2 RBIs, a run, a double, and 2 near doubles or near homers. So you can't hit the ball much harder than Rylan Flack did tonight. And, unofficially he's 1 for 3, 2 RBIs, a run. It easily could have been 4 for 4 if you take away the walk, and he gets about 15 feet more lift on those 2 other balls. So he absolutely tatered the ball tonight, and hopefully that's a sign of things to come from Rylan Flack. He is my Essentia Health player of the game, a heavy hitter in the 4 spot, and he showed Wahpeton exactly what he can do when he is picking up the baseball.
Yeah, I feel like we were pretty much on the same page on that. If it wasn't going to be one, it's going to be the other. So I'll go with Kaysen Pincenalt on the mound. Absolutely just shut down for the Huskies. After a bad first inning and then a couple of good innings after that. They had good second and third, and then Pincenalt just completely shuts the Knights down, and he just does his job on the mound. And it's something that you can look forward to as the Huskies. You can look forward to in this season, seeing him more on the mound.
And Pincenalt went 5 scoreless, I believe, unofficially. Struck out 3 or 4 batters and just, didn't really get himself into trouble very often, and very consistent, and he never really looked phased. If he didn't get a call here or there, it didn't change his demeanor, and he did a fantastic job of keeping runners close. I mean, he shut down the running game, and that is so big when you're already down. When you do get traffic on the base, you got to make them go base by base, and he did just that tonight. Kaysen Pincenalt showing why he has the potential to be kind of a front end of the staff pitcher. And again, a guy like Flack, you've seen what maybe he can do going forward, and the big thing for these 2 kids is now they've seen what they're capable of doing, and they can go out there and say, this is me. This is what I'm about. I've now went out there and put together a game where I've done it, and now I can put together games where I will do it. So I'm excited to see what they'll do on the stretch. Essentia Health players of the game, 1 for 3, 2 RBIs, a double, a run for Rylan Flack, and then 5 scoreless frames from Kaysen Pincenalt in long relief as the Huskies fall 9-4 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. That's a wrap for tonight's doubleheader. Catch Brady and I Thursday for a massive Heart of Lakes Conference doubleheader against Staples Motley. They were 10-2 coming into today, and Breckenridge was 7-0, and they just 10-run another team. So now they're 8-0, and one team is going to have a chance to put some distance between themselves and the other in the conference standings, as Breckenridge is coming off a 13-1 state runner-up football season, a 22-8 basketball season, and now an 8-0 baseball season. It all continues Thursday. So check our Facebook page and our YouTube for stream times there. Both games on KBMW News Live YouTube and B92.7 FM. He's Brady DeVries. I'm Robert Wanek, signing off from the iconic John Randall Field.
Here's another hour of your music on B92.7.
I would like to